Yo, it's Sway.
Sway.
Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
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 Only on Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Yeah. Bitches.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's these rare moments that happen in entertainment that you just gotta put the spotlight on.
Speak on them.
Before there was Taylor Swift. Before there was Katy Perry. Before there was Rihanna. Before there was Madonna.
What?
There was this lady, the first female to have, was it 4?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It matters to me.
What I do now. Okay.
Cyndi Lauper, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, one of the greatest. It does matter.
Okay.
You know, because you know why it matters?
Why?
And one of the reasons why I wanted to
Why?
have you here is because, you know, a lot of things you do, a lot of things you've done kind of help shape and mold what we listen to today and what we see artists do today. So you're a pioneer in a lot of ways.
I'm still pioneering.
But you're still pioneering. That's true.
I'm out here.
Yeah.
There is a road out here, girls.
Yeah, there is a road, right? And you got your show. She's still. Is it still?
Still so unusual.
Still
yes,
so
I was
unusual.
working it like
And
I don't think I'm different, but you know, a lot of people do. So I think it's a funny show.
Yeah.
I think that women can. I mean, my job is different. I watch Mary because they sing too, so
Yeah.
watching how they're doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When my kid was a toddler, I didn't want to do a reality show because once the Osbournes were done, you know, they called me, and I didn't want to do the show because they had a little baby, you know, it was 3 years old. I'm not doing that to him. So it was kind of interesting because now the kid wants to do it, but it's a struggle with a juggle like most parents are going through. In my house, my husband became the backbone of our family because he didn't want to have a nanny raise the kid.
Yeah.
And, you know, at first I thought, I'm going to have this kid, I'm going to strap him on my back, and he'll come with me everywhere. It wasn't so easy. You know, I was on that share tour thinking, okay, I'm not the headliner, I'm the opener, it'll be easier. It wasn't. The kid was like, you know, I'd be chasing him all over the airport. He didn't think it was funny. You know, he spoke half Spanish, half English because his nanny was Spanish. He did things like, you know, he wasn't good on the bus because every time you're on the bus, you wake up at 3 a.m. to get off the bus to go into the hotel room. That's not good for a baby.
So were you changing diapers on the bus, or how old was he at the time?
Yeah. He still was in diapers.
So
yeah.
Cyndi Lauper, can you imagine? You don't think of when you see the pop icons, so to speak. You don't imagine them being a parent, chasing kids in the airport, changing diapers.
My kid, I took him to the zoo over here, and my kid ran away. He was like 2 years old. You know, the terrible twos.
Yeah.
He thought everything was funny. And he was a beautiful kid, so I have my heart in my mouth all the time. So he's running. And he would stop because he's like up to people's butts, kind of almost. He'd stop, he'd look straight at me, and then he'd haul off and hit that person in the butt, look at me, laugh, and run. So I'd have to go there and apologize and then ask him which way he went because after you apologize, you can't see him, you know.
Yeah.
And then one guy said to me, "Aren't you?" And I said, yeah. And he goes, I said, "I'm terribly sorry." And I keep looking for my kid, and he'd say, "Yeah, well, now I got a story to tell." I was like, "Yeah, okay then." You know, it's always, you know, it was always like that.
Yeah.
But if you're a parent, you have one job, but you want to be with your kid.
Yeah. And
with your kid, you're not, you know, who you think you are. In fact, a lot of times, like I picked him up one time when he was at lacrosse practice, and I picked him up straight from He Needs a Kidney at 30 Rock with
Tracy Morgan and everybody.
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey,
yeah, and Tina Fey. And I got there, and I walked in, and he was so mad at me. He said, "Why did you come like Cyndi Lauper?" Because when I go to anything he's doing. Usually he likes when you dress like Mother Cabrini, I guess, with the, the shroud.
He
and
said, "Why did you
everything. I don't
come
know.
like Cyndi Lauper?"
And then I said, because, Deck, I'm sorry, but I am
Cyndi Lauper.
And he, and I try not to, he always felt as a kid I was being taken away, and that my fans thought I was their mother instead of his. Like when he was 3.
Yeah.
It was kind of tough for them. But, I tried to include him.
Uh-huh.
And then when I couldn't include him anymore because he had to go to school,
Yeah.
I just decided that I would, my husband decided. He at one point said, we shouldn't have a nanny raise our kid. One of us has to be here.
I want to talk to you about that because I know the show is coming on, and the show gives you that inside track to what your life is like when you're not on stage, okay? And I want to open up the phone lines as well.
Oh,
Cyndi
okay.
Lauper
it's
is here.
live, right?
Yeah.
888-742.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're
all
doing
right.
great. 888-742-3345.
It's Sway in the morning. Only on Shade 45.